Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got my October favorites, which that's wild, but I'm gonna do like I normally do in these videos. I've got my overall Friday favorites to share with y'all quickly, and then I've got some other things to share with you, like I've got a mascara favorite, some hair care favorites, a food favorite, and lots of books to talk about. So we've got some good things to chat about in this video. So if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do favorites videos, new at the drugstore reviews, empties get ready with me. Is just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we were talking about October favorites. I almost forgot. October favorites, so let's get to it. Okay, so for overall Friday favorites, there's lots of stuff here that I grabbed. I have been loving these Makeup Revolution palettes. What is this one? Reloaded Iconic 3 palette. I love this so much. This one is the Forever Flawless Allure palette. These are so good. The formula is incredible on them. Blendable. I also really love the color story on both of these because this one is more like blushy. It's cool toned, and there are definitely like kind of grayish colors in here. I don't reach for those as much, but the blushy pinky shades, love so much. And then this one is a little bit like warmer slightly, like it's still blushy, but then it's got some kind of like peachy warm shades. So yeah, really good. I love both of those palettes so much. Such great quality. I love the Too Faced palettes that they sent me from their holiday collection. These are all so good. This one's a palette. This one has a palette, primer, and mascara. This one is a blush and highlighter palette. I love the packaging. I love the colors in there. I love the formula. It's just so good. Okay, blush favorite, I would say standout is this Milk Makeup, what is this called? The Cooling Water Jelly Tint. They sent this to me, so sweet of them. And this one is in Fresh, so it's one of their newer shades, and this is the beautiful pink. This is so long-wearing, such a great formula. So if you're looking for a really good long-wearing cheek tint, and this can also be used on the lips, these are amazing. I love the packaging. I love the formula. Even these two newer shades that are supposed to be a little bit more on the subtle side, they still pack a punch and they are still very pigmented. I personally have to still be pretty light-handed with them, but so good. Just a little bit goes a long way with them is the only thing, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, this is I would say this is my standout lip favorite. I was trying to think about it. I would say probably this, maybe this too, maybe these two. The Revlon, this is the cream lipstick in Raisin Rage, and it's a beautiful, like, rich, kind of like oxblood red or something. It is just beautiful. Great formula. Love the classic packaging. Affordable. They're just so good. And I'm going to mention this too because I really like this. This is the Jane Iredale. They sent these to me. These are their new lip glazes. Such a great formula. I'm wearing this one right now, but with some other things. This one is the shade Flush, and it's a beautiful pink. These are not sticky. They are pigmented, comfortable, hydrating. Great formula on them. So I love this too. Okay, a makeup favorite that I have not mentioned in Friday favorites. Pixie sent this to me. The Large Lash Mascara. I love so many things from Pixie. I love some of their skincare stuff, a lot of their makeup stuff, but I've not been like blown away by their mascaras until this one. This is amazing. This is the mascara that I have on right now, and it is so good. If you like a large lash look, this Large Lash Mascara does it. I mean, it gives so much volume. It builds on itself so well. Length, volume, separation. It builds on itself amazingly. It is such a great formula. You can see it's got a really big wand to it, so that's one thing to know about it. It's a big old wand. It is a kind of thicker, slightly messier kind of formula, but y'all know if you watch my channel, a lot of times, most of the time, my favorite mascaras are that kind of a formula because they just build on themselves so nicely and give such good volume. This is amazing. Like, this is one of my top new favorite mascaras. And I find that it wears really well throughout the day. I do still kind of top it with my CoverGirl Clump Crusher. That's just kind of a habit of mine that I put that on the tips of my lashes to kind of help with longevity and to prevent smudging. But I really don't notice smudging problems with this, which is very impressive. And I notice it's not difficult to remove. Like, I still use an oil or my cleansing balm, but sometimes I really have to scrub at my eyes with other mascaras. This one just kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say like flakes off, because it definitely doesn't do that during the day, but it just comes off easily with especially my cleansing balm. So I love that too. It's just such a good combo of all the things I love in a mascara, like length, volume, vavoom looking lashes, wears well throughout the day, not difficult to remove at the end of the day. That's a hard combo to find, and this gives it all. I'm so impressed with this mascara. I love it. Okay, some hair care favorites. I'm really excited about this stuff. So, Beach Waver. So they are known for their Beach Waver curling iron. They also have like a 3-barrel waver. So they have hair tools, but they also have hair care. I don't know how long it's been around, but I'm pretty new to trying it, and I'm very impressed with this. So I have 3 standout favorite products that I have been loving. This is the Great Barrier Heat Protectant Hairspray. It is pretty difficult to find a hairspray that is a heat protectant, because I used to put hairspray on my hair before I would style it, and you're really not supposed to do that unless it is a heat protectant hairspray, because my understanding is that just a hairspray by itself has alcohol in it most of the time. I mean, I think all the ones I use do, and that can be drying to the hair. It's not protecting the hair. I think it can possibly damage your hair anyway, you do your research on that, but that's what I was reading, so I stopped doing that. But this is a heat protectant hairspray, so you can spray it on your hair when it's dry before you go to style it, so that you get that protection, but then also the hold. That's hard to find. And this is so good. I've been getting this off of TikTok Shop, because a lot of times when they are live, they have different like deals and flash sales and stuff. So that's where I've been getting it. Then also, I love this, the Team Texture Dry Finishing Spray. Little bit goes a long way with this. What I do is kind of flip my head over, mainly when I do my like wavy style, flip my head over and kind of spray it up here to sort of give a little bit of lift and kind of texture to my hair. And it definitely does that. Kind of a little bit of separation, little bit of something. But the main thing with this is all texture sprays, really, is what I find, is a little bit goes a long way with it. I just don't need a lot of products, so I don't use a lot. But I really, really like it. It's got that kind of like it says, dry finishing spray. It's got that kind of hold, texture, volume. It's good. Okay, this product kind of amazes me, because these kind of products I have to be pretty careful with and light-handed with, because I have fine hair, but this one works for me as long as I am light-handed with it. This is the Shine Bright, Shine Bright. What is it? Oh, vegan keratin and argan serum. So basically what it is it's like a hydrating, serum-y type product that, especially, so I use this first up kind of higher on my hair, and then I'll get just maybe like 1 to 2 pumps of this. It smells amazing. All of these smell amazing, but this one is my favorite. I love the scent of this. It's so good. And I'll take just a little bit of this and kind of put it on the ends of my hair, and just sort of the very ends. I don't go up on my roots. I don't go higher than about right here, I would say. And it kind of helps to add a little bit of hydration to my hair. If my hair's looking a little bit dry after I flipped it over, after I've used a dry finishing spray, the combo of these just works really well. So it adds a little bit of hydration back to my hair, a little bit more separation, but not in a bad way. So this whole combo of hair care products seems to work really well. It's sort of like my end of doing my style routine, and then after I do all those, I'll use a hairspray, and I've just still been using the Tresemme, like, I don't know, light whatever hairspray. My camera cut me off, but I was saying that hairspray is like my final step, but then these are the steps, you know, after I've styled, and then I'm kind of setting the style, doing the final steps, and then hairspray is the final step. These are impressive. Okay, a food favorite. I'm pretty sure have I mentioned this protein powder before in the chocolate? I think maybe I have, because I really like this. It's KOS brand, K-O-S brand. I don't know how you say it, but it's the organic superfood plant protein. Well, this one is the blueberry muffin flavor, and it is so good. If you like blueberry muffins, I love this. This is my favorite flavor now, and I would say chocolate is next. They also have a strawberry flavor. I have not tried that one yet, but I really want to. I get this off of Amazon from the brand, and then I think it's like shipped by Amazon. But yeah, anyway, the strawberry's on there, but they only have the big size, and I want to try the small size first, so I'll keep watching for that. Anyway, this one, blueberry muffin, so good. So I use this in different ways. I will either make a shake with it, with either regular milk or like coconut and almond milk combo, but I've also mixed this in with Greek yogurt. This combo, oh, it's so good. Regular Greek yogurt, unflavored, just by itself, which is, I find that nasty tasting by itself. So I always mix that with something. So Greek yogurt with this in there, chia seeds, shredded coconut, and grapes. And then sometimes granola. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's a lot of protein, so it's filling. A lot of times I'll either do that as like my dessert for lunch, or I'll do it in the afternoon where I'm getting hungry again. So for like a little snack in the afternoon. It is so good. So you get some, you know, with that whole combo I just said, you've got some healthy fats, you've got protein. It's just a good combo. So I love this. If you like blueberry muffins, it's delicious. Okay, and then books. Look at this big book stack I have here to talk about. So I'm going to kind of go in order of like how I liked them, and we'll get to my favorites at the end. So I read this book. This is The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd-Jones. So this is a YA fantasy kind of zombie book, basically. And it is creepy, but because it's YA, I don't think it goes too creepy. There's a romance in it, which is very sweet. And I don't really kind of want to share more details about it, but they call the zombies the Bone Houses. And they've basically noticed that they've been kind of staying in one area while they're like moving, and they're moving outside of where they have always been before. And the main character, she's trying to figure out why, and then the love interest is maybe going to help her with that. So it's a good story. It was kind of that gothic sort of feeling to it, which I think is fun, but sometimes that can go too dark. And I mean, it got a little dark towards the end, but not super duper creepy. I like when it's YA, because usually it's kept a little less creepy with that. And then I also really liked this book. I think this was my first book I've ever read from Emma St. James. She's an author that doesn't put cussing or spice in her books, but still a lot of funny banter, very cute, flirty banter, good tension, which that's what I'm looking for. Like, I don't want boring and that they don't even act like they like each other. I like the tension. I like the flirting. I love all that. So she's really great at that. This is Just Don't Fall. It's a fallish themed sort of a story. So this one is basically about, they knew each other years ago. I think it's like her brother's best friend. He was my brother's best friend and my first crush. Yes. Very cute. I love the, you know, tension between them. The one thing about this is they didn't really show at all their story from when they were younger, like when he was her crush. So I would have liked to see that, because I love that kind of like, it's not really a second chance romance because they weren't ever together, but you know what I mean? If there's like an element from the past, I want to see that too a little bit, at least me personally. So that was the one thing I wish there was that in there, but I really liked how there was no cussing and no spice, but still really good tension and flirting, and I loved that. My Vampire Plus One, this is just cute. This is the follow-up to My Roommate is a Vampire. This one is not YA, so there is some cussing in it, and I think there was one spicy scene in it. So, you know, you can always skip that. So, and I would always love it if it had less cussing, but I liked the storyline of it. It's cute, it's silly, it has fake dating in it, which is just so fun. I always love fake dating, so I thought this was a good time. I like her writing, it's very easy to read, and it's just silly and lighthearted, and, you know, he's a vampire, so there's that. I also read the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. This one, it almost is like the small town vibes of a cozy mystery, but then this definitely has spice in it. So that's the one thing. This definitely has more cussing and more spice than I prefer in books for sure. So there were several, you know, you just would have to skip past, if you have the same preferences as me, you would have to skip past several. But I loved these characters, and I really liked the main guy character. He kind of, you know, has always just not had, he's always just kind of had like casual relationships and hookups or whatever, but he has, it's like he falls first and really likes her. He's very sweet and friendly, and it's basically like she's about to, I think, turn 30, and she's sort of like, you know, wanting to do some fun things, and it's them kind of hanging out as friends, but then they have tension pretty quickly on. So there is some little spicy things happening fairly early on in the story, but I just really liked their characters. And I did think it was funny because as far as the cussing goes, he did say some words and I'm like, I really don't like those words. But then his mom, at one point in the book, she was like, don't you take the Lord's name in vain. So I was like, that's right, Mom. So I thought that was cute and fun. I like that she addressed that. But it was very sweet. I'm going to keep reading this series just because I like her writing, and you can always skip past the stuff, you know, so I still really like it. Okay, loved this book. Jenny Proctor, absolutely not in love. This was so cute. I think she's one of, now I'd say Cindy Steele is probably my favorite no cussing, no spice romance author, but she's up there now for sure. Great at writing tension. So good at writing the flirty tension that they are definitely attracted to each other. Really good at that. She was very easy to read. This one is basically like they're neighbors, and they seem like they're total opposites. She doesn't like hockey, but she is, I think she's a musician. I think she plays maybe the cello. Anyway, she's a musician, and she doesn't think they have anything in common. She doesn't like hockey because of her family, like her brother played and blah, blah. There's a whole story there. But it's just them like starting to hang out together and getting to know each other. So it's basically like a friends to lovers, opposites attract, but are they really opposites kind of storyline. It was so cute, very sweet. I will definitely be reading more from her for sure. Okay, I would say Standouts, Assistant to the Villain and Apprentice to the Villain. This is a YA fantasy romance, I would say. Yeah, for sure. Fantasy romance story. And look how cute these editions are. This is so cute. Timothy read these two and also loved them. The main character, she is very sunshine and just like funny. These books are funny. If you like quirky, funny books, which I do, I wouldn't want to read them all like all the time, but mixed in, I think they're just a blast. I think they're so much fun. These are like that. Like this one, especially at the very beginning, I was laughing out loud multiple times. There were just like shock value, funny little lines in there. The main character, she's just hilarious. And then their interaction, her with the villain, because she's going to be the assistant to the villain. He's more grumpy, you know, serious, and their interaction is just, it's just funny and cute. And it has a great like fantasy plot to it. The fantasy kind of develops more in the second book. There's going to be more books in the series, and I'm just so excited. I'm loving them. So those are definitely standout favorites. Okay, so those are all my favorites for October. Hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below your favorites in whatever category. Just let me know your monthly favorites. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video.